Hi guys, Fliteska here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a distress signal using a radio transmitter and setting up the quest that is involved with that. I am in the CK already with my mod open, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into somewhere in the Commonwealth, and once this loads, Commonwealth always takes a little while to actually get up and running. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Right, so we'll go Abernathy Farm, and I'm gonna just I probably shouldn't have done that. Try and move stuff while the CK's loading. Chances are it probably will crash now. While setting up for this tutorial, I managed to crash the CK many times, and luckily this isn't one of them. Right, I'm not going to mess around with Abernathy Farm because there's an awful lot of stuff going on in here. I'm going to wait till it changes from Abernathy to a wilderness cell. Oh, yep, we don't want to mess stuff up. Right, so we are in the wilderness now. I'm going to aim for that Concord tower, and that should be fine. Make sure I get a good view of it. I'm going to type in radio transmitter, well, transmit, and it's just this one here. You can duplicate this and create your own if you want, but I don't believe it really matters. We're just going to drag this on. I'm going to place it somewhere there, and hopefully that actually, yeah, there we go. It's just chilling on the top there. Doesn't really matter where this is. So we're going to click into it, give it a reference, FCM radio transmitter ref, because we'll need that later on. Come all the way across to radio data, and from my experience, any number under 110 is fine for this. So I'm going to put this as 104.5, and you want to make sure that this isn't used by another transmitter. You can find that out by right clicking on the radio transmitter and click use info, and you'll see a list of all of the references to it. And unfortunately the only way you can check is by opening this window and checking the radio data. So hopefully this 104.5 is free. Right. Depending on when you want your signal to be received, like you can set the distance like around it, so it kind of gives it a radius, but for this we just want it to be heard anywhere. So I'm going to click ignore distance checks, and that is the radio transmitter set up for us. And like I said, I crashed about 20 times, if not more, doing this. So I'm going to be saving quite a lot in this, so I do advise that you do the same. Alright, what we're going to do is, oh, I'm in class, I was in the wrong one. We're going to come into quest, right click, new. You can leave these like as they are, but I'm going to show you something that I found really interesting. Radio transmitter quest, and basically what it is, it's involving this event, and you can have it like just depending on what happens. Like I've set it up so when you reach level 10 you can have this transmitter appear, but there's quite a few of them, so we're going to end up using this change location event, but we'll set that up shortly. Give it a name, Fliteska's radio transmitter, and need to give it like some experience because I can't be bothered with the errors that pop up. Just doesn't really matter. And we set a stage, say index 5, run on start, add an empty log, starts quest. Well, actually that one doesn't start the quest, that sets up quest, and this one is the one that actually starts it. Start quest. Like, these aren't shown anywhere, they're just notes for when you come back to it later. Alright, okay, so what we want to do now is we've got that quest set up, press OK, type in FCM, open up our radio quest again, come into quest aliases and new reference alias. Hope that it doesn't break. Give it a name, we'll call it transmitter, specific reference, select forced reference, select reference in render window, and just double click our radio transmitter and just make sure that it actually shows that in there as well. Press OK. We can say no to this, and I believe that nope, we need to put allow dead, allow disable, and we're going to come back into this because we need to set the display name. So I'm going to press OK so that reference is OK. Press OK on there, and we want to come down to message and just FCM radio message, and title radio broadcast. Actually, we'll put Fliteska's radio broadcast, and this is what will display like in the radio tab. Just press OK. Alright, so then we go back to our quest, edit, and double click our alias, all the while praying that this doesn't fall over. FCM radio message. Alright, now that's all finished. Okay, press OK on that, and what we want to do is edit our transmitter reference, set initially disabled, press OK, and you'll see why I'm doing that in a second. And we want to go into actors and choose new, and we want FCM radio NPC radio guy, and unique protected. That's pretty much all we need on there. And we want to come down to voice type, FCM radio VT. So we just got a voice type that our actor can use. So come back into the actor, click on edit, and it is, I can never remember where these bits are actually set. One of them will be the voice that it uses, probably on sounds actually. Now that I'm thinking of it, I just kind of need to wait for this to load. Nope, it's not sound. AI data. Nope. Oh, I clicked on templates again. Where is it? I can't actually remember how I did this now. Sorry about this. Okay. Maybe we don't need to do anything. We'll see what happens. Right. So we've got our voice type. We've got our NPC. We're gonna go back to the quest. Click on edit. Got our transmitter. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to set up the quest. So what this will do is it will allow us to enable the transmitter. So if I come on here, find reference alias, and we just call that transmitter. Press OK. Alias transmitter on this quest. That's exactly what we want. And we just on this one, transmitter dot getref dot enable, and that'll just make sure that the transmitter becomes activated. Click compile. It'll freeze for a second. Right. And then this one's not really needed, but just like if you are doing a quest that involves this, you could set this away. So I'm going to display objective 10, and I'm going to put in an objective. So index 10, listen to the radio broadcast. Okay. Oh, didn't mean to actually close that then. So I'm going to take that opportunity to save it. Right. Next step. It's a dreaded fitting here. Right, I'm going to right click, new, scene ID, I'll just add scene 01 and click on that. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a phase, add another phase, add an actor, our transmitter, and from here we've got to be very careful, because like this is the part that I hate. I'm going to click OK just so that bit's set up, and I'm going to save again. And it might seem like I'm overly worried of this breaking, but I've done this at least 20 times and it always kind of dies in the same place. So click on radio, right click in this box, click new, open that up, and this is like, I don't know where this text actually displays for a radio, so I'm just going to put testing, testing my radio. Alright, and I'm just going to press OK. And for the speaker, I'm going to pick FCM radio NPC, and this is where I think I might have done something, like I might have missed the setting of the voice type. Well, see, apparently there is. Oh, okay, we're good apparently. I'm not really sure where this is going to save, but I'm going to click record and hopefully this will work. Testing, testing my radio, testing my radio. Well, actually it's not picked up the voice, so that was really silly. So I need to come back out, find where I actually set my voice. It's got to be in here somewhere, you know. It's right there, voice type. I knew it was there somewhere. My eyes just did not see it. So FCM radio voice type. Sorry about that. And back into the quest. Back into my audio. Back in again. There we go. We've got a voice type there now. Gonna click record. Testing my radio. Testing my radio. Click stop. Press play. Testing my radio. Testing my radio. And yeah, that'll be fine. It's generally a good idea to redo your recording in an external bit of software because the quality of that is not the greatest, but for this it will be okay. And that's all done there. We don't need to do anything. Don't need to do anything there. And this is where things tend to break. So once again I'm going to click save. Always remember to save. Whenever you don't save is when things will break. Alright, I need to click begin on quest start. I'm going to double click on the phase, and what we want is to make sure that this is only played, this scene will only play when the player has tuned into that radio frequency. And we put in our value 104.5, and if this takes more than a second the CK will crash. So this is the moment of truth. If not, I will come back with this all set up and we'll continue the video. And with the magic of editing, and 5 or 6 crashes later, here we go. I have my radio frequency in. I'm going to just press OK. I'm going to press OK again, and I'm going to save because that was a nightmare. And if you do want to do multiple radios, my advice would be, once you've got this condition in, is when you come in here, just right click in the box, copy all conditions, and hopefully you'll able to have a bit more luck setting that value. Okay, and finally, like, we want this to just repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this side, so we're in phase 2, and go new action, start scene, and right click in this box, new, choose our scene, and press OK, and that will just mean that it will go back to the beginning. And what you can do is you can set this action to do different things, but it won't trigger this phase unless you are on radio frequency 104.5. So it'll do this one, it'll restart, and it'll literally just go in a loop, it'll just keep going and going for as long as you're running it, really. Okay, so that is that all set up, and there is one bit that I want to do. So I've got that. Alright, so enable the transmitter from before, and we're gonna do set stage 10. That will just actually start the quest. And finally, we're gonna go to SM event node and come to change location event. We're going to collapse all of these. Right click on the top one, new branch node. There's that one. We'll give it a name, FCM quests, we'll just call it. And then we'll right click on the branch node, add a quest node, and we'll just call this FCM quest node. And then right click on the quest node and click add quests, type in FCM radio transmitter, and basically when we change location, that transmitter quest will trigger. Simple as that. Well, once we actually come into our quest and set the event, so come into quest data, get rid of start game enabled, and then on change location event, and we should be good to go. Right, so 5, run on start, enable the transmitter, set the stage to 10, display the objective, listen to the broadcast. We've got our aliases, we've got our scene, which we just want to put on begin on quest start. Like, you can do that like as part of the quest stages. You could put in like start the scene in here. It doesn't really matter which way you do that. Just make sure I've got everything compiled, and I believe we are done. So I'm going to save that, and I'm going to jump in game, and we'll check it out. Right, we are in game now, in our lovely void world. I don't believe I can actually get out of here. I should have thought of that. But hopefully this will trigger our location change event. There we go. Fliteska's radio transmitter. Listen to the radio broadcast. And there we go. There's our radio broadcast. Like I said, the audio is very, very quiet. You'll have to do something with the audio files. But that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, bye. Testing.